halfway through recording this. I didn't know this got a little spicy, so have fun. Please, if you are under the age of 18, please do not listen to this because also Yandere, you know what's coming from it, so be cautious, pretty please. When it came to a difficult decision, you often shield away from seeking necessities yet harsh words. It was in your nature. You never had fondness for comfort. The thought of hurting someone's feelings hurt you as well. It was an unfortunate matter of life that you couldn't always avoid these conversadents. Even weeks later, the convention layers in the back of your mind. You feel guilty in more ways than one. The method that you spoke to him being one of the more potent. You tried to gather all your strength to see him in person, but you just couldn't in the end. Believing yourself for your cowardness, you instead called him to deliver your final verdict. You called Dabi and told him you were breaking up. The thought has been weighing on your poor hearts. You wanted your relationship with him to work out. You put all your effort and your heart into fixing the numerous issues you two had. One of the first flags you saw was how often he left at night. These excuses growing unconfidences. To make matters worse, when you did get to spend time with him, it was plagued with arguments and petty comments. He would sometimes question your loyalty, inquiring about your friends with a clear jealousy undertone. Even now, you can barely remember the dread inflection. Every detail ingrained into your mind, from how he went uncharacteristically quiet to your own racing heart. Worst of all, remember your rebuttal before you grew overwhelmed and hung up the phone. No, we're not. The declaration was severely uncaring. He was completely assured of himself, as if your feelings meant nothing, that your pain could easily be overlooked. The emotions you felt in the movement were nothing short of disgust, as you blocked his number and said to yourself to move on. Every day you would receive a baggage of texts from unknown numbers. It was obvious that they were from Dabi, and even if you blocked them, more would appear the next day. The context of what he sent you would range from him to talking about his day to asking about you, but grew increasingly malicious. He would send blurry pictures of you from different angles, with a heart sent as a caption. Slowly, it became difficult to sleep at night as you realized he was stalking you. You were right in your earlier assumptions. He was no good. I don't like it when you talk to them. That outfit sure is cute. I like what's underneath more, though. You're adorable when you act out like this. Do you really think it'll make a difference? Here in your small apartment, your lights were all off aside from your phone. The dim lights shine on your face as you look through a collection of screenshots. You've heard stories of the police not taking stalking serious, and to avoid that, you collected all this evidence over the past few weeks. With a sigh, you turn off your phone, flipping it onto your bed. Tomorrow, you retain to go to the police with this and pray it's enough. Otherwise, what else can you do? You feel stuck. What did I do to deserve this? Scratching up your nose, you recall the last message you received. It was 2 hours ago, right when you got home from work. It was an audio message, and you'd willed to yourself not to listen to it. It would undoubtedly make your anxiety worse. But you laid there, sleep escaping you. Curiosity begins to overwhelm you. Your bed creaks underneath you as you get into temptation, reaching out to grab your phone once more, typing in your password, and going to your message. You don't need to scroll through the hundreds of unknown numbers since it's the last and latest one. Tapping on the screen, your thumb hovers over the play button. After a shaky exhale, you press play. Heart lunching in your chest. The audio message begins. A faint sound of static playing in the background. You hold your breath as you wait for a voice, frowning your eyebrows at the lack of noise. That is. Until you hear a distinct wet noise. Pursing your lips, you turn it up, placing your ear closer to the speaker. The wet noises was quiet at first, but it was growing louder, along with the sound of low growls. Waiting a moment more to figure out the message, you were taken aback when a voice suddenly speaks up. Yin. Fuck, Yin. That was, without a doubt, Dabi's voice. A blush intense on your face as you finally pieced together what was going on. The lewd sound resting in your brain. Before you could think, you paused it. He adds on his previous words. Missed doing this with you. Can't wait for tonight, babe. Adrenaline filling your system. You press pause immediately. Your stomach twisting in disgust. The obscene contents were bad enough, but what the fuck did he mean by his final sentence? There was still one more message you feel like you need to finish listening to, but couldn't bring yourself to. All of this was way too much. Any signs of exhaustion you previously felt? Gone. You threw your legs over your bed, hoping that a nice cup of hot chocolate might offer some form of relief. Feet hitting the ground with a thud, you walked to your kitchen. Opening the cabinet, your tired eyes searched for the cupboard that held hot chocolate powder. Right when you spot it and go to reach it, that's when you hear it. It's faint, so you pause. Holding your breath, you hear it again. The sound of jiggling. The sound of the doorknob. Holy shit. An internal battle begins. Your phone was in your bedroom, a room over. It's technically a short trip, but if that was Dabi, who is it to say he wouldn't be in here before you got it? All you have is your pajamas, and your quirk isn't stable for fighting. Your mind races, along with your heart, as you look around for a place to hide. Dabi knows your schedule, without a doubt, so he'll know that you're home. But if you can't find a good enough place to hide, maybe it opens. Mouth agape, you immediately set out to run. You were on the fearful 12th floor. But if you got to the 12? Yeah, okay. but you got to a window. Maybe you could signal for help. These walls are soundproof. So it was a newer apartment complex, so screaming wouldn't do much. You're wearing my favorite pajamas, babe. I always liked how they, squinchiated your ass. It's Dobby's voice. You're too late. He's already seen you. Sharply turning your head, you shakily hand desperately grabs at a knife that was sitting on your counter. Scheduling it in your hands, you point it directly in his direction, who was currently shutting your door. Stay away from me. I swear to God, He snickers. You would call me over to kill spiders for you. I doubt you could kill a person. Dobby's words tormented you, as you will yourself to study the blade. It glints dangerously in the moonlight that streams into the room, preparing to pierce flesh in an instant. Ignoring his jeers, you tightly push the knife further. It doesn't matter what you think. I'll do it, Dobby. Just leave me alone, please. You murmur, your voice lacking the strength to content your threats. Dobby hums slowly. He places his hands in his pockets, ignoring your lackluster warning. He walks over to you, lazily. You take a step back as he does so, hoping the movement will anchor you better. It does nothing for your sweaty palms and labored breath, much to your dismay. There's a smug grin on Dobby's face that further serves your inference to you. The distance between you two, shrinking by the second, now a few feet in front of you. He pulls out a hand, a scar of flesh that you used to tenderly run your hands over now only serves to torment you, reminding you of the past and current pains. Jabbing the knife out once more, Dobby responds with a surge of bright blue flames igniting from his hands. It direct at the metal of your weapon, heating it up in an instant, to force you to drop it with a hiss. Dobby takes the opportunity to lunge at you, your back hitting the wall with an uncensorable thud. Your head bounces forward at the rough content, a sharp tinging overwhelming your senses. Your wrists are pinned above your head with a single hand, Dobby thinking a little of your pitiful squirming. If anything, you can tell he's delighted in your vulnerable little display. Dobby licks his lips, his pupils dilating in excitement. I have to tell you, dollface, you sure gave me a shock, pulling that little stunt, talking about breaking up or whatever. Dobby shears, mockingly gripping at your whimpering form. He moves his head forward, roughly leaving bites over your neck. It pisses me off, if I'm being totally honest. With that, he bites down, hard. You grince at the sensations, sucking in a sharp breath to regain your lost air. He groans slowly against your neck at your pathetic reaction, roughly grinding his pelvis against your trapped form. You're lucky you're so cute. Had anyone else treated you like that, I would have burned him without hesitation. He lifts his head up from the crook of your neck, his eyes fixated on your trembling lips. For a brief moment, he pauses for a moment, giving you a faint hope that maybe he'll just leave you alone. Whimpering, you begin to plead. Please let me go. Dobby gazes down at you, his eyes completely void of tenderness or affection. There was nothing but maniacal hunger, coupled with endless desire. Seconds passed, almost as if he was pondering your helpless request. Instead, you've plunged into the depths of your despair as he responds with a smirk. You've got no room to complain, sugar. You're the one who made me like this. You're going to be the one to fix it.